September 14th, we got Saul Canelo Alvarez facing off against Edgar Berlanga. This will be for Canelo's 3 belts. He had 4, but he's stripped of the IBF. This fight will be for Canelo's WBO, WBA, and WBC 100 super middleweight championships. Okay, so let's get into both of these fighters. Canelo Alvarez, he stands at 61 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by knockout. 34 years old, 5'7.5" with a 70.5-inch arm reach with 63% knockout ratio. Okay. Canelo, dealing with some pretty decent punching power. Good speed. Over the years he's slowed down, but he still got good speed. Decent upper body movement. Not the best in the footwork department, but very, very good body puncher. Damn near granite chin. Man, he's a monster in his own right, man. I give it to Canelo. Very busy fighter as well, a pretty fulfilling career he's had. So I'm not gonna take everything away from him. He's got a lot of duck sauce packets in his pocket, but you know what I'm saying, it's all good. But let's talk about his opponent now. Edgar Berlanga, okay? Edgar Berlanga stands at 22 wins, no losses, no draws, 17 wins by knockout. 27 years old, 6'1" tall, with a 73-inch arm reach and a 77% knockout ratio. So Edgar Berlanga is a good puncher, real heavy puncher, heavy hands. Early on in his career, he was billed as this mega knockout king because he had a serious knockout streak of knocking dudes out within the first, second round. He had a long first round knockout streak, I believe that's what it is. Let me make sure I'm right about that. Yeah, he had a knockout streak that ended in 2021. When he fought Demond Nicholson. See, when you step up in competition, that's when the game changes, man. And he hasn't had a knockout. He just got a knockout earlier on this year against Padraig McCrory. Round 6 and round knockout. But before that, for about from 2023, he hasn't had a knockout after Ulysses Sierra in 2020. When he fought Demond Nicholson was in 2021. Edgar Berlanga ain't had a knockout in 3 years, man. So he just getting a knockout just now. And the competition he's been facing has been mid-level to decent. It's not even like he's been fighting elite dudes, but he's been fighting some movers. He's been knocked down himself by Caceres. That fight was crazy because I said Edgar was going to lose that fight, and he almost lost. He got knocked down in the 9th round. He almost lost, but he didn't. Edgar Berlanga, to me, he's even at 22 fights, he's still a work in progress. I see a lot of comments, saying he's a bum. He's not a bum, man. He has things that he needs to work on, but he's nowhere near a bum. I don't think Edgar Berlanga's a bum. He definitely hits hard. He got that power. That's that equalizer that can make a big difference in a fight. Sometimes his defense could be spotty, but he throws great combinations, good body shots, man. He could might move his head a lot more. I would like to see that. And utilize a little bit more of his footwork and some boxing. But for the most part, man, I don't think Edgar Berlanga's a bum. He just I would say he's right under the elites, like maybe like mid tier to high, getting into the higher tier fighters, man. But he's definitely not a bum. That's just my opinion, man. Others may differ. All right. And as far as that first round knockout streak, um, he first started boxing in 2016. So from that point all the way up to, um, let me see here, 2020. So he's had pretty much a 4-year first round knockout streak. So since he first started boxing, from that point, from 2016 to 2020, he's knocked out 16 opponents in the first round. So they were billing Edgar Berlanga as the guy with the longest knockout streak in the first round, pretty much. And then you notice he was wearing them hats, and it said first round knockouts and all that. But he don't wear that shit no more. After he got in the ring with DeMond Nicholson, that changed everything, and he hasn't really had any more knockouts since the one he got earlier this year, right? So that's that means he's stepping it up, and he's definitely stepping it up against Canelo Alvarez. So Canelo, Edgar, his last 3 fights, the Jason Quigley fight, did pretty okay in that fight. Looked like he struggled a little bit, but he did all right. Against Pedrag McCrory, he looked pretty good in that fight. He had his moments where he was a little flustered, but I think Edgar Berlanga, his jab, I started really noticing how good his jab was to me in that fight with Pedrag McCrory, and that's the fight that he got the last knockout in. So what happens in this fight? How does it look? Well, I see early on, Canelo might be a little bit respectful of Edgar's power because he know he can punch. But I don't think it's a power that he's never seen, because when he was fighting Triple G, you've never really seen him. He respected his power, but he still was bringing the fight to Triple G, man. I give it to Canelo. He's a warrior, man. But like I said, that was at 160. All right, so that's a different ball game. This is 168. It's a little different. When you look back at the opponents that Canelo's been facing recently at 168, many of them, it's a mixed bag. Many of them, though, haven't really been big punchers. Jaime Munguia was a decent puncher. I don't really count Jamel Charlo. Bivol, that was at 175. But then I think the Gennady Golovkin fight, that was at 168. So that was he's a big puncher. All right. So Canelo, he's pretty much, he fights the same, man, for whoever it is, though. But sometimes he might show little remnants of being a little cautious in certain fights, but not to the point where he's on his back foot, because that's not Canelo, man. His goal is to put you on your back foot. I've never seen many people really put Canelo on his back foot, though. That's the thing. I want to see how he acts when somebody really pushes him on his back foot. I think maybe the closest that he ever saw Canelo getting pushed back, Bivol pushed him back a little bit. And maybe Gennady Golovkin. I forgot which fight it was. But I can't really think of anybody else that's really had really pressed the issue on Canelo and put real heavy, serious pressure on him to the point where he seemed a little vulnerable. That's what Edgar Berlanga's gonna have to do in this fight, I believe. Can he do it? If his power make a difference, maybe he probably could make Canelo think twice. But at the same time, he's gonna have to be smart. Does he have the ring IQ? I don't know, man. I think Edgar Berlanga only gets better. Like I said, I don't look at him as a bum like a lot of other people might look at him as, man. I see it being early on, like a chess match. Canelo's not gonna pour it on him in the beginning. He might. I don't know how he's gonna come out, man. But for the most part, Canelo might toy around with him for a good 3 rounds to see where Edgar is at. Edgar's jab is gonna be a big factor in this fight. He has a wonderful jab, dude. It's a sneaky jab. I love his jab. He gonna have to keep that stick in Canelo's face. If he got some good serious thump in his punch, he could hurt Canelo, man. And as far as ding him up, I don't think he's just gonna be some one punch knockout shit. That's not gonna happen with Canelo, at least not at 168. Hey, I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I don't think this is gonna be as bad of a fight as people say it's gonna be, man. A lot of people, Canelo gonna get him out of there early. I don't think so, bro. For some reason, some telling me that's not gonna be the case in this fight. I think Edgar's coming to bring it. Canelo definitely coming to bring it. My prediction for this fight, dude, I know a lot of y'all not gonna agree with it, but I'm gonna say it. And I might be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Edgar Berlanga in this one, man. For some reason, it's like this thing in the back of my mind is telling me to go with Edgar Berlanga. And I'm gonna go with him. Not because he's from my city. It's just something that's gnawing away at me, telling me to go with Edgar Berlanga. This is strange, you know what I mean? Because normally I would have picked Canelo. Well, Canelo got a lot of the skill set. He got the speed. But I think Edgar Berlanga, to me, got more tools in his bag than a Canelo, man. I just think he's one-dimensional. Come forward, punch you up, show a little bit of movement at the, upper body movement. I just don't think he bring really much else, but that and his power and shit like that. I think Edgar Berlanga, he has more levels. I think he has more tools in his bag than me, bro. Like his punch selection to me is a little different, much more better than Canelo's. That's what I get from it. But I'm going with Edgar Berlanga, man. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, "What are you talking about, Rebel?" Yeah, I'm going with Edgar Berlanga to be the first person to knock Canelo Alvarez out, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah, y'all like, you bugging out, bro. You gonna lose money. But listen, I'm putting some money on Canelo too. But I'm putting a lot more on Edgar Berlanga. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting for Edgar Berlanga to knock Canelo Alvarez out in the 11th round. That's what I'm going with. Lucky number 11. I think he's gonna clip him with something. Canelo has been wearing out. He's been slowing down lately. He hasn't had a knockout in 3 years. The moving up in weight, and he came back down to fight Golovkin and John Ryder and shit like that. Then fighting the Munguia fight. That shit takes its toll, bro. And I just think he definitely is slowing down. Just to the fact that he's not knocking out people the way he used to do. He couldn't even knock out Jermell Charlo. And all y'all gonna say, well, Charlo tried to survive. Man, listen, man. He was supposed to get Charlo ass up out of there. This is how I see it. He didn't. And I don't think he's not knocking out Edgar Berlanga either. I think Edgar Berlanga is going to win this fight. He's going to upset Canelo. I'm going 11th round, bro. And I'm telling y'all, if I'm right, man, y'all better come give me my love, man. Y'all better come give me my props and my flowers if I'm right. If I'm wrong, man, I eat crow. You know me. I don't care about being wrong, but something in my gut is telling me that for some reason Edgar Berlanga gonna pull this shit off, dude. I think it's gonna be it might be a body shot, but I think I could see like a right hand catching Canelo when he gets tired, somewhere around the 11th round. And then I think Edgar Berlanga gonna finish him to the ropes. I don't think it's gonna be a KO. It's gonna be it could be a technical knockout, or he can hit him with some flurries and resulting in a straight KO. But look for a knockout, 11th round by Edgar Berlanga. That's my prediction. This your boy Rebel Hype Boxing. I'm catching y'all later on the next one, and I'm out.